Okay, class, good day. So today we will be discussing geotechnical engineering. So it is your module 6. So let's proceed to our discussion. So first, let's see ano ba yung content ng ating discussion for the geotechnical engineering. So first, we have the overview of geotechnical engineering. Next, background. Third, geotechnics. And lastly, the importance of geological material properties. So first, tingnan natin ano ba yung overview pagdating sa geotechnical engineering. So by definition, we know that geotechnical engineering focuses on defining soils, strength and deformation properties. So dito sa geotechnical engineering, inaalam natin kung ano yung tibay ng lupa na katatayuan ng projects natin. So building man yan o ano project. So, nabanggit dito, deformation, uh, minomonitor din natin o dinidefine natin yung deformation properties ng ating soil. Siyempre, yung soil natin is kahit nandyan lang siya, through time is nagkakaroon din tayo ng deformation due to different factors. Okay, so hindi na natin isa-isahin kung ano yung mga factors na yun. So next na banggit din dito sa geotechnical engineering daw po is ini-involve natin yung mga materials such as clay, silt, sand, rock, and snow. So yung mga nabanggit na una yung clay, silt, sand, and as well rock or gravel. Ano. So yung mga yan is actually depende kung gaano kalaki yung grain size ng lupa. Pag sinabi natin grain size, yung pag microscope natin yung lupa, makikita natin may mga maliliit na particle. Okay, kung gaano kalaki mga particles na yun, masasabi natin kung clay ba siya, if silt ba siya, if sand, or rock. So actually yung mga yan, ma-encounter nyo sa higher year nyo because geotechnical engineering is a subject sa program ng civil engineering. So I think sa second year or third year nyo siya ma-encounter. So as you can see, meron din dito na bagit na snow. So not in every country is may snow. Okay, so sa Philippines walang snow of course. So bakit natin sinama dito yung snow? So yung snow of course, pag bumagsak sa ground, yung ground for example is dry, and once bumagsak yung snow sa kanya, ang tendency is matutunaw yung snow and then magiging basa yung lupa. So syempre mag-change ng ating soil from dry to moist. Hindi pa naman siya saturated or hindi pa siya moist. Okay? Ay, hindi pa siya saturated, hindi pa siya wet. Pero moist lang siya. So, moist or pag nabasa ang lupa, tataas ang moisture content, magkakaroon ng change sa strength niya. So, hindi na natin papalawakan yun is because madidiscuss yun sa geotechnical engineering yung topic. So as you can see here, meron tayong mga tinatawag na specialist fields wherein na-encounter natin pagdating sa geotechnical engineering. First, we have the soil mechanics or soil and rock mechanics. Pag sinabi natin soil and rock mechanics, dinidiscuss dito or under dito yung mga stresses sa soil. So marami iba-ibang stresses yan. Ano? So meron pa yung mga seepage, yung pagtagas ng tubig sa ilalim ng lupa, different soil classification, as well as consolidation, pati yung mga settlement natin. Pag sinabi natin settlement, ito yung pagbaba ng lupa through time. Okay? So kapag syempre may nakapatong na sa lupa, ang tendency nung sa lupa is bumaba siya or magsettle o lumubog through time. Okay, so hindi naman pagkapatong ng structure is lumubog agad yung lupa. Okay, so doon dinidiscuss sa soil mechanics yung class. So next field is the geophysics or dito natin pinag-aaralan yung physical phenomena na nag-occur sa Earth as well as sa vicinity niya. Okay? And third, we have the hydrogeology. Hydrogeology. Pag sinabi natin hydrogeology, this is the study of the distribution of groundwater in the soil. We know sa ilalim ng lupa is may tubig. So, kaya kung familiar kayo sa mga poso, di ba naghuhukay lang tayo ng a certain depth, tapos may tubig na lalabas. Actually, di ba, iba-ibang lugar, iba-iba yung depth wherein meron ng mag expose na water. Okay, may mga places wherein kahit sobrang lalim na ng nahukay, wala pa rin tubig. Meron namang ibang lugar kung saan uh, 1 meter pa lang may tubig na. Okay, so doon natin pinag-aaralan sa hydrogeology. And lastly, last field natin is geology or simply the study of Earth. Okay, so next, we have the historical background. Okay, pag sinabi natin historical background, ano ba yung pinagmulan ng geotechnical engineering? or ng soil mechanics. Okay? So, historical background, nabanggit dito si Carl Terzaghi. Okay? He is often referred to as the father of soil mechanics. So, siya yung foundational contributor sa geotechnical engineering in early 20th century. So, his pioneering work fundamentally transformed the field by introducing scientific principles and methods for understanding soil behavior. Okay? So, ayan, binigit yung mga contribution niya. So, in mechanics development, nagbigay siya ng mga insight doon, mga ideas. Okay, kaya meron kayong may encounter sa geotechnical engineering yun na subject na um, involved yung name niya. Okay? So, next is the foundation engineering. So, study of the foundation. Okay. Next, Terzaghi-Wexman, stress analysis. So, yan, isa sa mga contribution ng stress analysis. Okay. And lastly, the contributions to consolidation theory. Okay? So, yan yung ilan sa contributions niya pagdating sa geotechnical engineering, and he is labeled as the father of soil mechanics. So, mapapalawak pa naman yung history niya pagdating sa geotechnical engineering na subject. So another part ng ating history of is of course the research and development. So through time, bago pa dumating yung idea ng geotechnical engineering, of course, meron na tayong construction projects, meron na tayong construction processes. Pero hindi pa ganun katibay o hindi pa ganun kaganda yung pundasyon natin ng idea sa pag-build ng ating mga buildings, structures, infrastructures. Okay? So dati, bago pa dumating yung geotechnical engineering, ang ginagawa lang natin pag nagde-design tayo is empirical basis. Pag sinabi natin empirical basis, ito is based on experience lang, walang any theoretical involvement. Okay? So halimbawa, nakapagpatayo na ganitong building sa isang lugar at gusto din magtayo ng building na sa ganitong lugar. So, ibe-base nila doon sa nauna. Okay? Without knowing the different properties, different behavior ng soil doon sa isang lugar kasi iba-iba ng behavior ang lupa sa kada area. Okay? So nagbabago-bago yan. So soil has different layers. Ano, sa may clay, may sand. So yung ibang lugar, sobrang lalim ng clay part. Yung iba, sobrang babaw lang. Okay? So yun yung mga sa research development. So in research development, ang dinevelop nila is, ano mga area is, una, we have the ground survey equipment and methods. Okay? Next is the sediment and rock sample testing. So ito, tinetest na yung lupa. Okay, so syempre, pag tinest natin yung lupa in different areas, malalaman natin na, hindi pala pare-parehas ng behavior ang ating soil per area. Okay, so makakatulong yun sa pag-design natin ng ating structures, particularly the foundation part niya. Next, we have the behavior and bearing capacity calculations. So in research development, na-develop natin yung bearing capacity calculation wherein important sa design ng ating foundation. Okay? And lastly, measurement and documentation of structural behavior. Okay. So another, let's proceed to our discussion in geotechnics. Pag sinabi natin geotechnics by definition, it encompasses both the theoretical and practical aspects of studying earth materials. So dito, involved yung theory or theoretical aspect as well as the practical aspect. Okay? So ina-apply natin dito sa geotechnics yung napag-aralan natin yung concept ng geological, geophysical, and hydrological scientific um, dito so dito sa geotechnics, ina-apply natin yung idea ng geological, geophysical, and hydrological ideas. Okay? So dito, crucial daw sa planning ng infrastructure itong geotechnics. Kasi syempre, i-analyze natin nga yung lupa doon sa area kung saan natin i-build yung ating projects. Okay, so kaya crucial siya. Meaning, nasa unang part kasi siya ng ating construction, kaya crucial siya. So, dapat una pa lang, maganda na yung study natin sa lupa kasi magre-reflect yun sa dinesign nating foundation. So, sa mga projects na involve o ginagamit ng geotechnics or geotechnical engineering is some of them ay yung roads, tunnels, buildings, and offshore construction. So, even offshore construction. Kasi malapit siya sa tubig, meaning saturated o wet yung area. So, pagbasa yung lupa o nakasubmerge o nakalubog sa tubig ang lupa, medyo mahirap i-analyze, mahirap pagtayuan ng building. So, kaya kailangan natin ng geotechnics. as well as geotechnical engineering para mas ma-proper design natin is ng foundation of infrastructures. So the discipline involves numerical calculations and analysis related to slope stability. Dito naman is yan, kinukompute natin kung gaano katibay yung slope, yung stability ng slope. So papasok dito yung mga buildings wherein itatayo malapit sa cliff or itatayo sa mountains kasi syempre prone ang landslide sa mga areas na yan. Okay, sa mga nakapaslope na lupa. So the discipline involves load-bearing capacity. Load-bearing capacity, it is a strength of the soil para ma-withstand niya yung tutungtong sa kanya na structure. Okay. Settlement. So settlement, nabanggit natin kanina, ito yung pagbaba ng lupa sa pagtagal ng panahon. Okay, so there are times na 5 years bababa yung lupa nyo, no, sa area ng project ng mga 5 millimeters. So actually, kinukompute yan. Meron tayong formulas dyan. Wherein matidiscuss naman sa higher subjects nyo for geotechnical engineering. And lastly, uh, deformation of structures. Okay? So these are some of the projects na involved ang geotechnical engineering class. Okay? So levees, okay, so levees, ayan yung itsura niya sa picture. No? So, ito ay ginagamit para mapababa o ma-minimize yung impact ng flooding dun sa area ng floodplain. Okay? So retaining wall, itong retaining wall is ginagamit para siyang bakod na nakasandal sa kanya yung lupa. As you can see dun sa picture, merong lupa sa kabilang side. So yun ay tinutulak ng lupa na yun yung retaining wall. Pero yung retaining wall is nire-retain niya, okay, yung strength. Kumbaga sinasangga niya yung strength na galing sa lupa. Okay, yung weight na galing sa lupa. Of course, may geoengineering din sa buildings kasi may foundation yan. And lastly, bridges, which is yan yung mga submerged sa tubig. So, may mga process paano i-construct yan. So class, kung napapaisip kayo, ano ba ang difference ng geotechnical engineering and geotechnics? So geotechnics is pwede natin sabihin, it's mainly the concept. It is the ideas na ina-apply natin with scientific principle, okay, for engineering problems. Pag naman dating ng geotechnical engineering is ina-apply na natin si geotechnics. Okay, to solve engineering problems. So more on application si geotechnical engineering. Kumbaga yung analysis ng geotechnical engineering is more on focus sa engineering lang. Wherein yung geotechnics is focus in general sa halos kabuuan ng soil and rock behavior. Okay? So let's proceed sa importance of geological materials properties. So ano ba yung importance ng geological material properties? So properties, so ito yung pwedeng mechanical or physical property ng ating soil. Okay? So syempre, first to ensure stability, we must secure na okay yung ating lupa na pagtatayuan dahil doon tatayo yung ating foundation wherein magiging paan ang ating mga projects, lalo yung mga high-rise na projects. Okay? So next, to prevent settlement and deformation. So if we analyze properly the properties of our soil, yung settlement o yung pagbaba ng lupa is somehow mapaprevent natin. Kung di man-prevent, mami-minimize lang natin. And lastly, the importance of avoiding foundation failure. Kumbaga connected tong third dun sa first one. Ano? So, kaya natin ina-analyze yung ating geological material properties is para maiwasan na masira yung foundation natin dahil pag nasira yung foundation, masisira na rin yung buong building o yung buong project natin. Next, we have the geotechnical analysis. So, sa geotechnical analysis, ginagamit natin siya sa any constructed projects or any infrastructure on the ground. So, ito yung mga buildings. Ito yung mga bridges, towers, next within the ground. So, within the ground, ibig sabihin nasa ilalim ng lupa. So, ito yung mga basements. So, pwede sa bahay or pwede nakahiwalay na basement. So, next, caves and tunnels. Okay, so yun yung mga constructed within the ground. And in rock, okay, and made of soil and rock. So, mga made of soil and rock, mga earth dams, retaining wall. Okay, so yung retaining wall, hindi lang naman siya concrete basta, pwede rin siyang maging lupa lang talaga. Okay. So I think that will be all for our discussion here in geotechnical engineering. So it's short, maikli lang siya. And we tried our best to simplify our discussion. So if you have a question, pwede niyong basahin o kung meron kayong clarification, if nakukulangan kayo, you may use our module to read or to familiarize the concept of geotechnical engineering. So I hope na gets nyo naman yung discussion natin. And that would be all for our module, geotechnical engineering. Thank you.